What y'all doing? Y'all want to come and hang out with me for a minute? I'll tell you a story. First, I have to say that I am very proud of the city council today. I can't thank you enough, and I know there's other citizens here that thank you just as much. And I don't even live in city limits. I don't even know what I fight for eating so hard for. I just love eating. Second of all, I'd like to say a special thank you to Roy Sawyers with Rockingham Update. Because without you, my friends, sometimes I couldn't go down the rabbit hole and verify the information in which I need to verify. So let me tell y'all what happened today. So y'all know we had a special meeting at 1 o'clock. And when it was brought to attention by Neville, it says it was for the consideration to amend Chapter 10, Personnel, on the Code of Resident Restrictions. They wanted it expanded out 10 miles. Stated that the city staff asked for this. So Greg Light brought it, done a motion for it, and then Bruce Noe, he seconded it. Well, it went to a vote and it failed. And we are very thankful that it failed because we didn't want that here, because I think a lot of people voiced their opinions. I don't know. I could have been just on the other side. But y'all, what left me so confused when I left that meeting was, how was it that Bruce Noe seconded the motion and then was the very first person to speak up as soon as Neville said any kind of substitution? The first thing that come out of Bruce's mouth, who would second just what was said, I think they should have to live within city limits. Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. That is crazy. I don't understand how you contradicted yourself so fast. Was it that you didn't get what you wanted? The person you wanted in a position now disqualified? Or that you really feel like they need to live within city limits? I left there kind of confused, y'all. I don't know. Did y'all feel some wool? Because do y'all realize really what they were doing? So the paperwork that all of us received, of course I wouldn't have my paperwork, right? This is what they were amending. Yeah, Leslie got stuff all over mine. But I'm going to post this, and I want you to read the other conditions. You see, when the original application come out, it only had like 3 or 4 things that was like mandatory, special requirements. And those special requirements was, of course, you had to put in the city application with a cover letter and a resume. You had to have possession of a North Carolina driver's license. And you must live within 5 miles of the city limits. Was we trying to push that back because of, there's been a whole lot of shithouse rumors going on here lately. There was rumors that started coming back, I'm going to say, January, February. Rumors had started hitting the street that when Moore retired, this one individual was going to take his place and that Anthony Lovins was going to just fill in. And I don't know if that's just shithouse rumor, but, those stipulations would have made it possible. But I have one question. That NC driver's license, when you put this in, did it take away all of this? Yeah. I don't know. I got questions. And when I got questions, I just want answers. And what we don't want is we don't want people handpicked, put in positions because it benefits anybody. Not that you asked me, but I'm going to tell you my opinion. I think they ought to leave Anthony Lovins right there where he is. Because I just don't think Anthony Lovins is a I'll kiss your ass kind of person. I feel like he's going to try his best to be what he can be. But even if that you didn't put Anthony in that position, there is other qualified people, and y'all know how I feel about Eden PD. But there is other qualified people that works within that department that has worked up for those ranks that have been denied several times, passed over, and they can't say anything because retaliation. That I like that no kiss, but no matter who you put in there. But I guess what really concerned me about it to so much and was when I heard this shithouse rumor, it sort of kind of hit home to me, y'all. And I sort of kind of took it personal because y'all know I actually do not live in Eden. I just absolutely love Eden. I've been there my whole life, and I'll fight for Eden for no particular reason. But the shithouse rumor who they were going to put in there that had started back was an officer that was very active in my case. And I had some resentment, and it wasn't because of what you think. You know, before this whole incident that had happened at the rabbit hole, I was in contact with this person. And he let me down 4 times, y'all, and I just can't pass those 4 times up. And this is just my opinion. I'm just sharing with you my experiences. I don't want somebody in there that if I call them to help me with a mentally handicapped girl to get her off the streets and you blow me off, that was the first time you let me down. That one hurt. The second one was when you decided that you know, this is just hypothetically, it's not what we want in there, but when you decide to sit down and take a word of a man that had been in prison, over 5 years for essaying a 13-year-old girl. Yeah, his character spoke for itself. You didn't believe in my character. You didn't believe in you didn't take my word for it. I guess my character wasn't as strong as his. No, I guess it wouldn't. That third time you let me down, I think is what really broke my heart, though, is when you come to visit me in jail. And you know damn well I didn't do this stuff, and you could have put a stop to it that day. I seen it in your face as soon as it hit. But you turned your back and you left. And dude, at one time I trusted you. Yeah, that kind of hurt. And I had to throw this one in there for Leslie, because as we was talking about this, Leslie said this was hers. Is when you called to arrest her, or you came to arrest her, and she called and talked to you, and you knew we wasn't going anywhere. I was already locked up. And she asked you, she said, can I come and turn myself in Monday so I can make arrangements for my dog? I don't want the kind of officer that says, well, I'll call animal control for you. I mean, I know they scared you when you knocked on the door, but that was unnecessary. In my telephone here, you call me your hero. I can read you the text message. It starts actually with the homeless girl. And I can start reading you things that you my hero. You know, everything here, there's no secrets. And you call me your hero. And I'm going to be honest with you. How can I word this? I hope I never have to depend on you to be my hero again. I trusted you. I seen how things was done, and that scares me. I don't want I kiss your ass kind of man in there that's going to pull strings for people, and you're doing things that you know are not right. Yeah, that's just me hypothetically speaking, y'all. But like I said, I had questions after that thing, and I've got so many other questions about everything running around in this town. But thank everybody for showing up today. That's exactly what it's going to take. It's going to take you working with your council man, telling him what it is that you want, what it is that you expect, and y'all building that relationship to build a better community. Yeah, guess I did learn something today. Y'all have a great night.